orange has engulfed the house at Boone's Pick and Built as we get set for Arizona and Oklahoma State. Just about set to kick off in Stillwater. Arizona won the toss and they deferred. They'll kick it away to the black-clad Cowboys of Oklahoma State. John Bonanno, who had 6 touchbacks and 7 kickoffs in the opener against Northern Arizona, will put total 11. And we're underway. It's Justin Gilbert, the fastest Cowboy with the ball. Flags flying all over the place as Gilbert gets just across the 20-yard line, and we'll see.
During a return, holding, receiving team number 39, 10-yard penalty, first down.
So Oklahoma State will back it up 10 yards for their initial possession of the evening, and they'll be led out on offense by Brandon Whedon.
Well, you've talked about Brandon Whedon quite a bit so far. He's got a new offensive coordinator in Todd Monken, who came from the NFL, has that experience. I think it's a great marriage, a great fit. Really fortunate for Whedon to have an NFL guy now training him. He's going to give him some technique and some finer points to the game that maybe he has not received in the past.
First down will come from Oklahoma State's own 12-yard line. Is Joseph Randall at running back, and Whedon will throw it for the first time tonight. And he gets a quick completion to his tight end, Wilson Newman. And Newman gets out over the 15 to about the 16-yard line. That'll be a pickup of about 4. How about tonight's impact players when the Pokes happen?
Wide receiver Justin Blackman is the best deep threat in college football. He is a home run waiting to happen.
Makes impact regularly, and Blackman, rather than catching it, has the ball handed to him, and an excellent tackle by Robert Golden, the safety, and Justin's going to lose one on the end around. It'll bring up 3rd down.
And some other guys that we'll take note of tonight. Josh Cooper, number 25, another receiver, inside receiver. Last year against Arizona had 7 catches. He needs to step up as well in this game.
Arizona defensively on these 3rd and long situations, they want to mix up coverages, try and confuse Brandon Whedon and these wide receivers.
3rd and 7. Another completion for Whedon, and there is Cooper, and Cooper is right at the 22. That's where he needed to go for the first down. It'll depend on the spot, and they gave him enough, and the first down of the evening for Oklahoma State.
Another key part of this ball game will be watching Arizona's defense. Can they get pressure by only rushing 4 and dropping 7? They rush 5 there. Dropping people into coverage against this team who has so many good receivers is important. So 4-man pressure, very important tonight for Arizona.
Whedon's hit his first 2. Randall has it on the ground. Joseph Randall, the sophomore running back, hits it up to about the 25-yard line. Usman leading the way on the tackle.
I think Oklahoma State does a lot of things very well on offense, but nothing better than their play-action passing game. And in order to establish that, they must run the football early here tonight.
Randall picked up 3. It'll be 2nd and 7 for Whedon. There is a little play fake. Plenty of time for Brandon, and a wide-open Cooper who lost his footing, or he would have had a whole lot more, and he'll be marked down at midfield. It'll be another first down pickup of 25.
Last season, Cooper had nearly 50 receptions. This guy can catch the football. He's really good out of the slot, and this is what I'm talking about. When you look for Blackman all the time, someone else has to step up. Cooper's got the ability to do it.
3 backs in the backfield, but still, Whedon fires on first down. David Paulson has his first catch, a minimal gain. It'll bring up 2nd and long.
Arizona's defense wants to stop the running game tonight with only 5 or 6 players in the box, and that's going to allow them to double cover wide receivers on the outside. They do not want to sacrifice another safety into the box and allow one-on-one matchups on the perimeter of the field.
Second and 9 on the ground to Randall. Joseph has room. Inside the 20. And finally hauled down inside the 10-yard line. Robert Golden saved the touchdown. Excellent block by Justin Blackman as he heads to the sideline. Blackman springing Randall for the long run.
I really like this formation. You've got the pistol in with the balance of the 2 backs offset. They lead up in there. Defense can't really figure out which side is the strength of the offense. Very nice, well-designed play.
42 yards on the pickup, 1st and goal for the Pokes. Randall Powering his way, and he gets down to about the 1.5-yard line. C.J. Parrish stopped him, and the Pokes on the move early. One
of the biggest differences with Todd Monk and his offensive coordinators, they have a lot more 2 and 3 running back formations, and that's a great advantage down here in the red zone. Just keep running the football.
That they do with Randall over the top. Touchdown, Oklahoma State. Joseph Randall, who had a couple of touchdown runs last week, going for 129 yards against Louisiana Lafayette. 3 carries for 50 yards, the 42-yarder, the big one. A little routine 88-yard drive for the Cowboys to get things started.
Great balance, running and throwing the football on that drive.
Quinn Sharp, who handles all the kicking and punting duties for Oklahoma State. Right down the middle. And Oklahoma State takes its first possession, marks right down the field, and Old Bullet going to get to take a ride. The Cowboys donned in black, riding their sophomore running back who went up and over and found the end zone to get us started. Arizona will get it for the first time tonight, and as Quinn Sharp gets ready to kick off, I'm going to hazard a guess that this one's going to wind up in the end zone.
He's led the Football Bowl subdivision each of the last 2 years in touchbacks. Giant leg.
7 of 11 last week. It does go into the end zone, and Arizona will wisely take it on the 20-yard line. And Nick Foles comes out tonight without his favorite target, Jerron Kreiner.
Nick Foles was in the zone last week against Northern Arizona. He completed 34 of his 42 passes because he did a great job reading coverages. He knew where to go with the football. Tonight, without Jerron Kreiner and with a very young and inexperienced offensive line, he must play well with his eyes. The football has to come out quickly.
That offensive line, Jesse, that you talked about, only Kyle Quinn had a start in college football prior to the season opener against Northern Arizona a week ago. They'll throw it a lot tonight, perhaps 50 to 60 times, according to head coach Mike Stoops. Austin Hill makes the first grabs. They get up across the 25. How about the impact player?
Running back Keola Hantlon's a very effective running back, but I think he's the best pass-catching running back in all of college football. Without Kreiner, his touches have to go up.
2 freshmen playing tackle. Now, the glue of the O-line is Kyle Quinn, the center, so there's going to be a lot of pressure on those tackles.
And Jamie Blatnick, as a pass rusher, led the team with 5.5 sacks a year ago. Antolin, his first carry, and on second, he needed about 5. Keola's going to be a couple of yards short. Daquan Lowe and Alex Elkins making the stop.
This down and distance right now, 3rd and short. If you're the Oklahoma State defensive line, you're either anticipating run or short pass. So think about getting your hands up. You may not get a sack. Try to bat the ball down at the line of scrimmage.
Blatnick climbed up on the defensive left. Machete Jones at the top. He gets by that tackle, but another completion. Austin Hill has a couple of grabs as Oklahoma State, as most defenses do, have a turnover goal, trying to get 3 a night. They tried to rip it away, but Hill gets the first down, and Arizona will move the chains.
Nick Foles doing what he has to do. He has to expect that he's going to have pressure. It's going to be a shorter time throw tonight because of those 2 freshman tackles, and he's a very accurate quarterback.
1st and 10 from the 37. Getting some heat from Blatnick. Antolin caught it, and Alex Elkins, a junior college transfer, was there to put him on his back almost immediately. Very short gain on 1st down. Mike Stoops in his 8th season as the head coach at Arizona. His overall record 4 games under 500. However, Stoops has taken Arizona to 3 consecutive bowl games. In the entire history of the program, the Cats have never been to 4 in a row. Pick up a 2 on 1st down, and Foles, little mishap on the timing and the handoff to Antolin. Daquan Lowe makes the tackle as Keola got up to about the 41-yard line. He'll be about 6 yards short at the 1st down.
Now, Oklahoma State's defensive coordinator, Bill Young, is going to challenge these young offensive linemen for Arizona. Expect to see a lot of movement, stunts, games, twists from this D-line from Oklahoma State. Make these young linemen move around, see if they can get to the quarterback.
Blitz coming. Foles by the first wave, and he completes his pass, and they'll have it up across the 50-yard line. Making the grab was David Douglas. Douglas had 52 catches last year, and he'll convert on third down.
Jesse, here's who you're talking about, what you're talking about with Bill Young. You see 5 people coming. The linebackers come, putting pressure on those tackles. They did their job. This is what Foles has to do. We've watched film on him. Normally when he breaks the pocket, he'll keep going. He has to continue to look downfield and deliver the pass.
Nick wanted to float it out to Keola Antwin in the flat, but Oklahoma State had that covered up with Sean Lewis, and as a result, they'll get to Foles, and he'll lose about 6. It'll be second down and 16.
That was defensive tackle Nigel Nicholas getting to the quarterback. He had a great game last week. He carried out the big stick here tonight, put a huge hit on the quarterback last week. He's a guy that's very active inside. He's almost like a pass rusher playing at the 3 technique position. He's a load for guards to handle.
Free rushing and miscommunication between Foles and Hill. It'll be third and 16.
Going back to Mike Stoops just for a moment, 2 games ago when they played Oklahoma State, they had a lot of mistakes. And that hung on their minds throughout the entire offseason. They worked, they want to come back. They know this is a big game for them. We've seen them several times, Jesse. We haven't seen them play well, though.
He's hoping his quarterback right now doesn't try and force anything. 3rd and 15, expect some sort of prevent defense. Check down's okay.
Gonna run the draw. Antwin is going to be about 15 yards short of the first down. That did not work out well, and Stoops will send out the punting unit.
Very smart, though. Punt the football, field position. And their defense at some point is going to have to step up. I don't know that they can do that in this game, but it's smart football. Don't force the error.
Oklahoma State can score a lot of points, so make them drive the entire field to get those points.
They just won 88.
It didn't take very much time.
Which actually might fly in the face of your schematic move here.
But it doesn't take a lot of time.
Rethink that. Maybe they got to go 95.
Kyle Duganzik ready to kick it away for Arizona. Had a lot of problems in the punting game last year, but Duganzik in 3 punts in the opener averaged over 50 yards per punt. He gave him a chance to down it on the 1, and Arizona couldn't quite haul it in. And Oklahoma State will have it for the second time tonight. 80 yards away from a score and up by 7. Oklahoma State has it for the second time tonight. And Joseph Randall, who scored the first touchdown, will pick up about 4.
Very interesting in this game to watch quarterback Brandon Weeden and whether or not he gets too greedy. Last week against Louisiana Lafayette, threw 3 interceptions, 2 of which got returned for touchdowns, too oftentimes trying to force the football into small windows. He has to be very smart with his decisions when they throw it tonight.
The former baseball pitcher was painting the black last week. Now he's 6 for 6. He gets it out to Kai Staley, and Staley will get up close to a first down, stopped by Derek Earls. Staley, an interesting case. He suffered a severe knee injury a couple of years ago, actually left the team for a brief period of time, and came back and is now contributing in a fullback role. And maybe a fullback is what you need on 3rd and 1. Randall hit the backfield, but he gets a good surge. Gets across the 30. Rob Hankins, the freshman, hit him first, but not before Joseph was able to get across the 30 in the first down.
Another guy that I'm going to watch tonight away from the ball when he doesn't have it in his hands is Blackman, Justin Blackman. Let's see what he does. He had a good block where you and I both saw a while ago.
He doesn't have a catch yet, but he's already made 2 great blocks to free open guys so far tonight. Playing great without the ball, Craig.
Winning time for Weeden, firing for Blackman. Now he's got a catch, and Justin throws all the way down to the Arizona 41-yard line.
We talked about earlier, Arizona having to use 7-8 players close to the line of scrimmage, and that allows Blackman one-on-one with the true sophomore Shaquille Richardson, who was picked on last week. That's just pitch and catch for Oklahoma State.
Blackman, the 29-yard catch. Weeden's hit 7 in a row. On first down. Make it 8 in a row, and another catch for Blackman. And the Blitnikoff winner picks up 9. He'll be about a yard short of the first.
Back Back-to-back now, we've seen Arizona trying to rush 4, dropping 7. There's a difference, though. Rush 4, drop 7, but find the receivers. Because if you give Whedon this much time, he's going to find his boys.
They did a good job in the Alamo Bowl last year of bracketing Justin Blackman with the exception of one mental bust. They're going to have to pick it up here now, though.
Make the last pickup 8. It'll be 2nd and 2. A little delay. Nice play in the backfield by Paul Vassallo. Jeremy Smith was in carrying. It'll bring up a 3rd down. It's like a long 3 to go for the Pokes.
Now again, if you're Arizona on defense right now, anticipate a short pass. Brandon Whedon catching and firing. You got to get your hands up, try to bat the football down.
Whedon every bit of 6'4", too. They'll drop a little bit to the side. A little pressure coming in out in the flat to Randall. 1st down and more, and he's knocked out of bounds, and the chains will move again. Richardson makes the stop, but Oklahoma State looking prolific on offense.
Look at the top, the right side of the line, the right side of your screen. This is like a toss sweep. There's no way that defensive end can get out there. Todd Monken with an excellent call, setting up plays, taking advantage of the defense, respecting the run inside.
Whedon steps up in the pocket nicely and again to his back. One of the things that Brandon said he wanted to make sure he did was not try to force it and hit those check down guys.
One of the things he likes about Todd Monken's version of this offense is that the running backs are more involved in the progressions in the passing game, and that's a tremendous security blanket to have as a quarterback.
Looking ahead here, Arizona's defense, they've got to take some chances here because it's for certain that Oklahoma State's going to knock them out if they don't roll the dice.
On 2nd and 8, Cowboys keep it on the ground. They pick up the 1st down with Jeremy Smith, and they are running right through the Arizona defense right now. Kai Staley with a good block.
You can just feel it. Arizona's defense sitting back and watching the game as it comes to them.
It's an advantage on offense. You know, they ran the football last possession to score. Brandon Whedon, 20 touchdowns, only 1 interception in his career throwing in the red zone. So Todd Monken doesn't mind calling pass plays because he knows Whedon will take care of the football in this area of the field.
After the 13-yard pickup, Whedon has a man wide open. Turning it upfield is Colton Shelf. Colton's still on his feet, and I think he stepped out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line.
Here's an example of what you were talking about, Craig. Brandon Whedon not forcing it, taking the shallow cross. It's what he was given.
He's got such a talented arm that he can take the chances from time to time, and he's okay with it. We watched him pin the needle several times last week, but then he got in trouble trying to do that. And Todd Monken's going to really convince him you can't do that the greater the competition becomes.
2nd and 8. Yeah, they'll go on the ground. Big hole for Randall, and Randall gets inside the 5. Vassallo kept him from scoring a touchdown. He's going to be just a hair short of the 1st down as well. It'll bring up a 3rd down.
This inverted wishbone backfield right now giving Arizona tons of headaches in this football game.
3rd and short. They're going to throw it. The fade. There's Blackman, and there he is. Touchdown, Oklahoma State, and Justin's 1st of the year.
Did you see how effortless that throw was? How relaxed and smooth Whedon is? He's got so much confidence in throwing it right to that point. They've done that time and time again, and that ability, that's that baseball player in him. Just a very good athlete.
How about Justin Blackman not showing his hands until the very last second, so the cornerback, Shaquille Richardson, had no idea when the football was coming down. Also did a tremendous job of getting that 1 foot down for the score.
Oklahoma State's had it twice. They've driven 80 yards or more both times. Quinn Sharp. It's true. It's 14-0 as Brandon Whedon and the Cowboys get off to a lot of people with their bodies painted up orange. They've got the paddle out, and right now they're paddling that Fanny of Arizona. Sharp drives Garrick Wharton into the end zone, and he's 2 for 2 on touchbacks tonight, and Arizona will have it at its own 20. And it'll be 1st and 15 to start. You know, the 4 interceptions that A.J. McCarron and Phillip Sims threw last week, I should say, Greg McElroy only threw 5 all season a year ago.
That's the biggest difference. We know Alabama's a national championship caliber team because of their defense. It's the quarterbacks that must take care of the football.
Nick Foles need to take care of it, but he's also got to make something happen. Down 14 in the early going. Quick completion to David Roberts, and Roberts will be out close to the 20-yard line. Markel Martin on the stop.
You know, the strategy for Bill Young and this Oklahoma State defense, he doesn't care about being the best defense in America because he understands that here at Oklahoma State, with that offense, statistically, just bend, don't break, get it back.
It's hard to be a dominant defense here when your offense scores as often as they do and as quickly as they do.
2nd and 11 for Foles. No Jerron Kreiner in the lineup. They'll use a little tunnel screen. Oklahoma State was there to snuff out Austin Hill, but Hill has his 3rd catch of the night. He gets up just across the 25. We're going to have a little less than 5 to go for the first down.
The problem for Arizona is it's difficult to go 10, 12, 14 plays to score. You can't dink and dunk Oklahoma State all game long. At some point, you're going to have to find a deep ball downfield. Without Jerron Kreiner right now, though, they don't have anyone that's proven they can be that guy.
3rd and the short 5. Here comes some heat. Foles throws it over Antlin's head, and it'll be 4th down and 5.
See, this is where Foles has to step up. You know what? When he does this deal and he looks down the field and he's got the manageable distance, he's got to set his feet, get his shoulders around, make that throw to the flat.
Cooper, a dangerous return man. Had a punt return for a touchdown last season against Troy. Only had a couple of return opportunities in the opener against Louisiana Lafayette. Ganzik kicks it away from Cooper and out of bounds. Oklahoma State will have it back for the 3rd time tonight. Really their best field position at about the 30-yard line after the 50-yard punt. And Justin Blackman has had a great start.
Well, let's take a peek at what he's been doing away from the ball. The blocking, nice job. It clears the run. Again, going out, this time stays up, clears his way for another big play. This is so important for his overall personal development as a football player. We know he can catch the football, but for his teammates and to be a leader and a great football player, you have to perform every snap, just not when it's to you.
On 1st and 10, Whedon, who hasn't thrown an incomplete pass yet, still has it. And Oklahoma State, 1 play, 1st down. Randall making the catch out of the backfield.
I talked to Brandon Whedon at the Manning Passing Academy this past summer, and he told me that he knows this offense like the back of his hand now. It's the 2nd year in the system. He's 13 for 13 right now, and he could be playing in a sleep.
Whedon going to take a shot. Got a man out there, and he just overshot Tracy Moore. 1st incomplete pass of the night.
Ooh, that was close. Let's go back a little bit to your comment there, Jesse. When Todd Monken came in here, he had to adapt to Dana Holgerson's offense and to learn the terminology. And Brandon was saying, you know, early on, it wasn't quite, he couldn't get the verbiage out. We weren't quite the same tempo. And having an experienced older guy like Whedon to help him through the process was very important.
A slant on 2nd and 10. Blackman has it. Hit the circle button and gets down inside Arizona territory to about the 31-yard line. Another 1st down.
I think Justin Blackman's best attribute is his ability with the football after he's made the catch. He's strong through the football, and he's so explosive with that 1st step.
Blackman that time took a big-time hit from Shaquille Richardson. Now a little jawing afterwards, and Shaquille trying to rally the troops. Good, solid, clean hit. Inside a minute to go in the 1st quarter.
You know what? Hey, it's 14-0. Make your play, jump up. You're excited about Richardson. Get in the huddle. You know, just going back. But going back, if you look at Blackman, I bet he wouldn't run in the 4.5s. But he plays faster than that. And that little circle move he made, Reese, you see how quickly he got back north?
I think it's the B button if you like Xbox better.
It is the circle.
2nd and 10 on PlayStation. Another big hit. Arizona's defensive backs now jawing a little bit. Jordan Grandin with the hit on Colton Shelf.
The B button.
I think this B button. I never control my guys.
You say
for the 1st down.
You say you get locked in and focused on who you're going to throw it to, right?
Yeah, Todd Monken is locked in right now, and so is Brandon Whedon. 1st down for the Cowboys. Seconds ticking away in the quarter. Just get it off. Whedon. Another completion. Randall is wrapped up immediately. Derek Earls makes the tackle. Arizona trying to show a little bit of fight. We lost a couple yards on that play, but Oklahoma State is threatening again, already up by 14.
That's the first quarter of play.
Oklahoma State up 14-0. Put up 216 yards in the first quarter. We were making video game references earlier, but that's what it's looked like for Brandon Wheaton, who had 17 of 18 passes in the first quarter, but right now looks at a 2nd and 11 from the Arizona 22. Seventh straight pass on the drive, another completion, another very short one. This one to Joseph Randall. It's going to bring up 3rd and about 9.
So this play, Oklahoma State lines up in 5 wide receivers, and Arizona says enough is enough. We're going to blitz one extra player, force the football out of Brandon Wheaton's hands quickly. Here they are in the fringe of the red zone. I'd expect pressure again right now from Arizona.
We're going to call it 8. See if Wheaton takes a shot. Quick to Hubert Anium. Anium has the first down. He's inside the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Pokes again.
They brought the pressure, but this is an offensive line where everyone returned. They're experienced, they're intelligent, they don't make mistakes, and with Wheaton's decision-making throwing the football, he's going to make you pay for it. It's going to be really hard to get him out of his rhythm and his routine.
Here they go back to that 3 running back formation that's been giving Arizona trouble all game long in the red zone.
And the bigger back, Jeremy Smith, is in, but it's Randall who has it. He avoids one in the backfield, and Joseph's inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd and goal.
It's a pick your poison dilemma, Craig, if you're on defense for Arizona. You need the bodies at the line of scrimmage to stop this rushing attack, but that all of a sudden leaves Justin Blackman one-on-one in the perimeter. They've taken advantage of that already with a touchdown pass.
Sometimes you just have to recognize I don't have enough horses on my side of the line of scrimmage to stay with all that they have, especially with maturity of Wheaton, his decision-making, and the play calling of Monken.
On the ground again to Randall. Randall into the end zone, his 2nd touchdown of the night. Oklahoma State is up by 3 touches.
And we heard in our meetings from Todd Monken that he thought that maybe Randall was a little bit more of a space guy, but he showed a lot of patience and vision there. Patient with the block to allow it to happen. Dipped his shoulder. You saw that recently. He hit and knew where the hip blow was going to come from. I like that.
How about the efficiency of Oklahoma State as well? 3 drives, all more than 70 yards. That one was the shortest. And they are opening up a can on the Wildcats' backside again. And this time, they're dominant on offense. Last year in the Alamo Bowl wasn't like that so much. It's been a frustrating quarter plus for Mike Stoops so far.
A lot of good names.
Rob Glass doing a heck of a job coaching them all up down there at that weight room, huh?
This is not a touchback for a change, and Garrett Wharton, same effect. Arizona will only get it out to the 20-yard line as we go down to the field and check in with Jen Brown.
Thanks, Trace. Well, if you guys remember, Mike Stoops told us that he was really impressed with Nick Foles stepping up as a leader for this team. Well, right before they are about to take the field just now, I watched Nick Foles go up and down the sideline, talking to his receivers, his backs, his offensive line, really getting in their face, trying to pump them up, trying to get them going here on this next series. So we'll just have to see if the guys listen.
Well, Jen, Nick didn't shy away from it at all with an entirely new starting offensive line in the offseason. He told us all summer they look to me as he has to be a little bit more vocal. They're looking to him to make a play right now. Pressure's coming, and Nick has to just throw it to get rid of it. He was trying to get it to Tommy Totogi. Rashedi Jones was right in his kitchen along with Sean Lewis.
Self-admittedly, Nick Foles played very poorly in the Alamo Bowl last year against Oklahoma State. He said immediately after that game, he decided to make this his team this year. He was going to be a better vocal leader this season. That was kind of what spurred his excitement for this game. He wanted to get back. He wanted payback. He was very much looking forward to playing tonight.
And he's got movement up at the top of the screen.
Ball starts on the offense. Number 67. 5-yard penalty. 2nd down.
That is Jack Bacchus. His brother Mickey is the freshman starting left tackle. Jack's a sophomore. Mike Stoops telling me before the game he's very high on both of these brothers, along with his other freshman tackle, Fabian Zeppeli, but it's going to take a little time to mature, and right now Arizona's rattled, and Nick Foles looking at a 2nd and 15. Foles completes the pass, gets it out to Dan Buckner, and the Texas transfer gets close to first down yard. He's going to be a couple of yards short. He'll bring up 3rd down.
So you see, without pressure on Foles, the step and the throw, he's got the accuracy, he has the arm, but you have to be mindful, and it is a real deal. That offensive line is a work in project. It is something that's going to take time before they can give him the pressure without worrying about it.
Need a long one for the first down. I'll go to the I backfield. Antolin is hit short of the first down marker. Now, I don't think he got there. Christian Littlehead was the one that hit him first. All right, you're in trouble. You're reeling. What do you do here, boys?
Well, you have a big running back in Tommy Totogi, who weighs 250 pounds, and he's already motioning over to the sideline. Hey, let's go for it. Let's get it going. Give me the rock. And it looks like they are going to go for it.
Well, what has it been, Reese? It's been 88, 80, 70 plus,
right.
39.
And now
it is early, but I mean, I think the rhythm tonight has shown that it's all Oklahoma State offense.
see if Kyle can unleash another one. Had a couple in excess of 50 in the opening win against Northern Arizona. Handles the snap, appeared to be a tad low. This one not quite as deep, but it had a little bit of carry. Cooper with some room. Just tripped up, or he might have had 10 to 15 more yards, and there is yet another flag on the field back at the 20-yard line.
Holding, number 47 of the kicking team. 10 yards will be added to the end of the run. First down.
And guys, penalties were a big problem for Arizona a year ago. They had 92 penalties, 98th in the nation. That's their 5th penalty tonight already.
Oklahoma. As Brandon Whedon, this is pretty much his first mistake all night. He didn't have one incompletion, but tripped up.
Well, he is 27 years old, so he is getting a little bit old. The guys on the team joke with him. They call him old man. They call him grandpa. And kind of showing that age a little bit right there, Craig.
They also call him good. he's earned that foot fault.
Grandpa's foot fault lost 9, his 2nd and 19. He's going to be 28, by the way, in October. Has fake the end around and throw a little screen. Randall. One man to beat, and he cannot do it. An excellent open field tackle by Mark Watley, the junior from Encino, California.
Take your eyes to the linebacker level when he fakes the reverse and see what it does to the defense. Watch that linebacker level, that second level on the end coming around. That gives just enough room for the line to get out front to be lead blockers. Great execution. I mean, this offense puts so much pressure on a defense to cover the entire field, and you don't know where the ball's going to go.
I had a penalty on the play, and Oklahoma State's backing up.
The only people that have been stopping Oklahoma State's offense tonight is the Oklahoma State offense with these penalties. Because, Craig, you're right. Tremendous balance right now, both running and throwing the football.
Well, the penalty was a hold on Hubert Andium, the wide receiver, and Mike Gundy's team is looking at it. That should read 2nd down. The marker across the way is 2nd down and 20 after the penalty. They'll try to screen the other side. Arizona has it sniffed out nicely. Randall is stopped at about the 39-yard line by Derek Earls.
This has got to be a mental win right now if this Arizona defense can get off the field. Here is Oklahoma State. They're in 3rd in California. Not a lot of play calls for them to convert this, so you lay back in your prevent. Keep the football in front of you. Do not let Justin Blackman or one of these big play threats get in behind you.
California is 18 yards away. How far the Pokes need to go for the first down. Quick completion. It will not be enough for the first down. Colton Shelf gets up to midfield. Paul Vassallo on the tackle, and for the first time tonight, the Oklahoma State offense does not find the end zone, and they'll send out Quinn Sharp to punt it away. 22 of 23, any good? Brandon Whedon. That's a start. Oh, goodness.
But he did trip.
Here is Quinn Sharp, who was second in the nation last year, averaging over 46 yards per kick, and he kicks a ball that looks beautiful, spiraling through the air, but it goes into the end zone for a touchback, and the Wildcats will have it on their own 20 when you come back to Stillwater. First and 10. Arizona starting from his 20 for the third time tonight, and Foles bought himself a little time, but fired a little bit too high for David Douglas.
I'll tell you one thing I'm watching right now is this offensive line for Arizona. And with inexperience comes, unfortunately, a lot of mental mistakes. And over the last 2 series now, they've had false start penalties, and it's really put Arizona behind the 8 ball.
5 of those 6 starts you see on the screen came last week against Northern Arizona. This is a tough environment tonight. Second and 10. Foles underneath. He has his man Richard Morrison. Morrison gets up across the 30. He had a good game in the Alamo Bowl against Oklahoma State last year with 6 catches.
So the offensive line that time did a nice job of playing the piano. They only rushed 3. They made their El Paso cross stunts on the defensive line, picked it up, and gave Foles plenty of time to throw the football. So, I mean, it's a talented group, just haven't been together enough to know exactly who they are.
Pressure, hit as he throws, and Antlin's hit as he catches. Alex Elkins, a junior college transfer. He didn't even play football until he got to junior college. Physically, he's outstanding.
We'll see on this play, we got a young right tackle on the right side now, playing here. Just getting beat to the back of the end zone, just gets swam. That's Jeff Backus, sophomore. You leave these young guys in one-on-one situations, that can get you in trouble.
Plan was to try to avoid that on 2nd and 13. They'll try to slip Antolin by. And Keola running into a whole lot of black jerseys. Now back out to about the original line of scrimmage. Going to need about 10 for the first down on 3rd.
One of the things Bill Young was looking for and is looking for on this defense is to establish the defensive tackles inside and to replace a couple of really good linebackers on the inside.
All 6 penalties tonight on the offense. 3rd and 10. Arizona needs this, and Foles throws a strong ball to Austin Hill, who in the absence of Jerron Kreiner has been Foles' favorite target so far tonight.
When you have time to throw the football all night, we've seen that Foles can deliver. That was good route discipline by the other receivers to force the defense, the secondary, to spread out. It opened up the passing lane.
So Foles picks up 15 on 3rd and 10. Arizona hoping to put together a productive drive and get back in the game. Pressure. Foles directs a man. He's got a man wide open inside the 30-yard line. It's Dan Buckner. It's another first down for the Wildcats.
I think Nick Foles does an excellent job moving around inside the pocket, and he keeps his eye focused downfield, spots the wide open receiver, and just throws a dart.
That's a blown coverage, though. With Buckner running that free by himself, someone in the safeties did not come up and find him.
Longest play of the night for Arizona, picked up 26. Wildcats threatening. Foles throws a dart. It's complete. And short pickup once again. And Buckner all of a sudden becoming a go-to guy.
Tempo. First time we've seen Arizona the last 3 or 4 snaps with any kind of urgency about it.
It's called an Indy tempo, where they run multiple plays from the exact same formation. Offensive coordinator Seth Luttrell trying to inject some life right now into this offense.
A 2nd and 4 after the 6-yard pickup. Foles complete again. Another first down. Moving it inside, deep in Oklahoma State territory is David Roberts. And he'll be stopped inside the 15-yard line. He'll mark it at the 12. 1st and 10, Wildcats.
This is a part of the field as Arizona was not very good a year ago. And the reason why, too many penalties, turnovers, and they couldn't run the football.
This is usually where Bill Young comes in with something different. He's had about 3 or 4 plays in a row where they've gotten after his defense. Look for him to change it up down here.
Ninth play of the drive coming. Foles firing complete. Making the grab is David Douglas as he gets inside the 10-yard line, down to about the 8.
We saw Wisconsin last week, and we said they're one of the best teams in the country in red zone offense because they run the football so well. But Arizona has to throw the quick passing game as an extension of the run game. And those windows down here, they're really small. It's hard to score if you can't run.
Gonna try to run it with Antolin. Viola picks up maybe a couple. It's going to bring up 3rd down. Going to mark it just outside the 6-yard line. They need to get inside the 5, just inside the 3 for the first down.
I like that play there by Caleb Levy, number 45. He had gap responsibility. He got up immediately when he saw the guard pulling, and it forced the back to stay play side. Didn't give him the cutback look that he was hoping for.
This is where running back Keola Antolin, I believe, is at his best. He is so good catching the football out of the backfield, particularly in the red zone.
3rd and 5. Keep it on the ground. Antolin not going to make it. He stopped at 5 and get it down to around the 2-yard line. Stoops has a decision.
I like points. 3 would look a lot better than that goose egg going in at halftime, but realistically, if you're trying to compete in this football game, you got to go for it.
The good news for Arizona, they have a lot of height at wide receiver. They got 6 guys listed as 6'2" or taller. This may be a jump ball type situation if you're Arizona.
Unfortunately, the best one's not here. Jerron Kreiner, after having his appendix removed, didn't make the trip. He's top receiver. We'll see who Foles goes for on 4th and 3. Nick firing a dart into the end zone, and it's broken up. He was looking for David Douglas, and Daquan Lowe has the breakup in the end zone, and Oklahoma State comes up with the stop. So backed up at their own 5-yard line, worst field position of the night for Oklahoma State. They'll go on the ground with Jeremy Smith. And now with a little bit of extracurricular activity. Crowd not pleased with it. These two teams a little bit chippy. If you remember last year in the Alamo Bowl, Justin Blackman sort of Cadillac'd across in front of the goal line before scoring a long touchdown. And Arizona watched that play in virtually every film clip they had this summer. Paul Vassallo telling us, let's just say we haven't forgotten it. Enough said. They haven't been able to do anything about it so far. As Whedon on 2nd and 8 fires a strike to Hubert Anium for the first down.
You see this play last year. It's a busted coverage from Arizona, and Justin Blackman goes 71 yards. Right as it gets to the end zone, decides to go streaking. And defensive coordinator Tim Kish showed his defense this play every meeting. They definitely have a chip on their shoulder coming into tonight.
Anium's catch picked up 20. Whedon's now 23 out of 24. They keep it on the ground with Kai Staley. Staley gets up across the 30-yard line, close to the 31 or 32. Pick up of about 4 on first down, maybe 5.
When you become a really good football team, and they're top 10 right now, Oklahoma State does it methodically. They do it with composure. They don't have to get out and talk. They just go execute their plays. You can see the composure they have. They're smacking the defense, getting back in the huddle, doing it again.
Whedon taking a shot. Blackman's out there, and he lays it right on him, and it comes free. And Blackman had it and couldn't hold it. Marquise Flowers on the cover.
Right there you see the chemistry between Brandon Whedon and Justin Blackman. Right before that play, he flashed his index finger over at Justin Blackman to change the route, saw something in the defense, and they almost hit a home run.
I watched him in film study. He does that finger about every time, though. Justin Blackman thinks he can catch the ball every time it comes his way. He'll be miserable because he didn't finish that play.
And Whedon just going to have to get rid of it. They've been 5 of 6 on 3rd down. I'll make it 5 of 7. C.J. Parrish applying the pressure for the Cats. And now there's a late flag. Let's see.
Intentional grounding on the offense, number 3. There's no receiver in the area. Loss of down, spotted pass. 4th down.
But you know what? When we talk about Justin Blackman, Brandon Whedon knows that if he throws the ball his way, 90% of the time he's going to catch it. The guy is that good, whether it's single or double coverage. We've talked about the plays away when it's not being thrown to him tonight, what he's done, and he's been successful at being a complete player.
Sharp, his customary booming kick. Morrison will get away from it. Cowboys let it roll. They're going to stop it at the 25-yard line as we go back into the studio and check in with John Saunders.
Well, Reese, it's the Sports Center right now, brought to you by Coors Light. Peyton Manning will have had neck surgery again today. It's single-level anterior fusion. Apparently, many people have it all across the country. 2 Colts had it last season and returned to play. No timetable on his return. In the NFL tonight, the Packers are leading the Saints 14-7 as time's about to run out in the first quarter. Reese, we'll see you at halftime. Back to you.
All right, John, so the NFL season getting underway. Peyton Manning has a devastating piece of news for the Colts as Foles rolls out on first down and finds David Douglas. Douglas pick up a short gain on first down with just over 90 seconds remaining in the half.
It would be massive for Arizona to put some points, even a field goal up on the scoreboard to get some confidence going in at halftime. With 1:33, all 3 timeouts, that's an eternity for Nick Foles. You don't have to rush.
2nd and 6. Foles has a man, found a little hole in Douglas, and Douglas gets into Oklahoma State territory at the 49-yard line. It'll be a first down, and the Cats have a chance to score before the break.
That's that Tampa 2 defense. Middle linebacker went straight back to safety, and you couldn't see where there was no safety over the top to help there. Foles found and knew exactly where the opening was.
Pickup of 22. Pick up the pressure nicely. Another catch for Douglas. He steps out of bounds to stop the clock. They'll mark him about a yard short of the first down.
Quarterbacks like playing in 2-minute situations because more often than not, defenses are more vanilla. It'll be interesting to see here if Bill Young will start mixing it up on him a little bit.
They might like it as long as the offensive line can handle it. And when they do mix it up on defense, that's when the offensive line gets tested.
I believe that we've had some miscommunication with the change. You see the ball is just short of the first down marker, but they went ahead and moved the change as if the first down been picked up on that previous catch by Douglas. So put together and see what they've decided to do.
Nick Foles now getting into a bit of a rhythm. We talked about him completing over 80% of his passes last week. When he gets hot, he can be really hot. Right now, he is just driving the football.
It was indeed a first down, so Foles gets a fresh set of downs to work with, and another catch by Austin Hill. Football is free. And as if things haven't gone poorly enough, Oklahoma State comes up with a turnover. Is Rashedi Jones, the defensive end, who's there to scoop it up.
You know what? When you turn the football over, it's a result of effort. Someone getting that second hat on the ball that comes clean before he goes down. That's one of the 3 that they're looking for tonight.
Turnovers are the MO for this Oklahoma State defense. Last year, they forced 34 turnovers. It was 5th most in the country. Bill Young, the defensive coordinator, preaches it to his players. They practice it all the time in practice. In fact, if they get turnovers in practice, players can get out of running at the end of practice. So if they do anything well, it's forcing turnovers.
All right, so they got it at the 32. Mass confusion on Arizona's part. They've got part of their offense on the field remaining, part of their defense. Now Mike Stoops out there talking to the officials. I think they're wanting to look and see if Hill was down, but clearly it appeared to me that the ball was out.
It looked like it from the replay that we saw just a moment ago.
Well, while they sort this out, we have a minute. How would you, if you were in the situation with Todd Monken, 68 yards up by 21, 68 yards away from a touchdown, how would you attack in this last minute, 5 seconds?
They have the ability. They have the ability on any one given play to go the distance. We saw that Blackman almost finished a 40-yard bomb just a moment ago.
Your whole playbook is completely wide open right now if you're Todd Monken. If you do get the football back, you have 3 timeouts, and Brandon Whedon's only thrown 2 incompletions on 25 attempts. Just run your offense. This is an offense that's used to scoring very quickly.
So does that answer your question? I mean, I think that they are in scoring zone right now every time they snap a football. That ball comes loose before any part of the body is down.
Yeah, Stoops challenged the ruling, sort of a last gasp effort, at least in the first half. And I can't see any reason why that's going to be turned the other way. Caleb Levy was in there along with Daquan Lowe and knocked it free.
And I think it's the right challenge because you got to give your defense a chance to catch their breath and remind them the
After
importance
review,
of
the
playing.
ruling on the field is confirmed. Fumble, recovery by the defense. First down, Oklahoma State. Arizona will be charged their first charge timeout of the first half.
Normally, a defense in this situation would lay back and play prevent, but if you let Brandon Weeden pick you apart, you're dead.
No doubt.
So I think you have to come after him here. You have to kind of go against the grain, start bringing some pressure. They've had some success in the last 2 series bringing extra hats.
First and 10. Minute 5 to go. Weeden, Blackman. Blackman has the first down. Wisely scampers to the sideline. They'll mark him out of bounds just short of the 50-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for Oklahoma State.
He's so big and strong, he carries his football pads as if nothing were on him. You see the acceleration when he got the ball in his hands to get upfield.
Under a minute to go here in the first half. Weeden, another completion to Josh Cooper, and Cooper is very close. The first down marker going to be a little bit short, so the clock's going to continue to run. Oklahoma State, all 3 timeouts remaining here in the first half. As the clock goes inside 45 seconds.
Their kicker, Quinn Sharp, has got a booming leg. They aren't very far away right now from field goal range.
Weeden fires complete. Moore has the first down. The clock will stop to move the chains.
So Arizona's defense this entire series has opted to rush only 4 and drop 7. So I'm with you on this one, Jesse. Now I think Arizona's defense better start changing it up a little bit here and maybe put a little doubt in Weeden's eyes.
All right, so Oklahoma State, even though they had the clock stop momentarily to move the chains, has been charged with its first timeout of the first half. 26 seconds to go. Challenge for Arizona right now is keep Oklahoma State from putting more points on the board. 26 seconds to go. First and 10 from the Cat. 35. Pressure coming. Randall out in the flat. Joseph's headed for the boundary, and the official is going to wave the clock stop. Randall got out of bounds at close to the 31-yard line.
This is a part of the field. If you're Arizona, keep your eyes on number 81, Justin Blackman. This is the part of the field they like to try and dial him up and get him going. He's lined up here at the bottom of the screen.
Another throw. Anium did not have a catch in the opener. And Hubert stretching, trying to get it to that first down marker. Is looking at 14 seconds. Jordan Brandon, Trevin Wade on the stop. Oklahoma State spends its second time out of the half.
Brandon Weeden, I think he's done exactly what we thought he could do, and then some. Todd Monken worked with him, told us that he was going to try to really encourage him to not force throws. You see the nice throw there going out to Cooper. He's spread the football around, and Jesse, I don't think he's forced any one throw we've seen him.
He's only thrown 2 incompletions on 30 pass attempts tonight. He's proving that he has a very good understanding of this offense. Regardless of what defense you line up on him, he can find the answers and he can deliver the football so accurately. This may be his tour de force performance that we've seen yet in his college football career.
Well, he's 28 out of 30. Blackman's had an excellent night and a touchdown, but here they're well within their field goal kicker's range at the 25. Quinn Sharp, that's a chip shot for him. Take a shot at the end zone here.
Yeah, you've got time for it. 8-9 seconds in a play, a long developing play, no problem.
Pressure coming. Weeden hit as he throws. Ball goes backwards. Muhammad Usman, they're calling it an incomplete pass, saying that the arm was going forward. Now, Arizona last year lost 3 defensive ends and lost 19.5 sacks from their team, but they don't feel like they've lost a lot of defensive end, and Usman applying some serious heat.
They lost 3 defensive ends to the NFL draft and 66 combined career sacks. And Usman, a guy that was a backup a year ago, is being asked to step up now and make plays. Here again, if I'm Arizona, I like the pressure. Get after Brandon Weeden. Don't let him time back there to pick you apart.
And Brandon's only got 8 seconds here, and they're in field goal range. He's got to be quick. Weeden, heat's coming. Throwing it out toward Moore. And he got it just in time. There was a lot of heat coming from Sione Tuihalamaka. And just to be honest with you, because I'm high above the field and get to play official up here, I thought Tuihalamaka got held.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It was a nice job of executing. Oklahoma State got down the field and going to give themselves at least a chance for 3.
The flag has been dropped at about the 36-yard line.
There is no foul for intentional grounding. Quarterback was outside the tackle box.
Wheaton has been called for intentional grounding once tonight. Got rid of it. No harm, no foul. We'll call it officially a 42-yard field goal attempt from Quinn Sharp. His long last week was 46. And he was a perfect 4 for 4. Sharp missed it from the outside, so Arizona escapes further damage. But what a half for Justin Blackman and Brandon Whedon. 21-0 Oklahoma State as we check in on the field with Jen Brown.
Thanks, Coach. 3 long scoring drives there for the Cowboys. 21 points. What do you need to do to slow them down?
Well, we finally got better on 3rd down. I think they were 7 for 7 on 3rd down. We're just kind of antsy and didn't execute very well. When you play this team offensively, they're awfully talented, and if you don't execute, they were able to work the ball on us pretty good. First 3 drives, I thought we settled down. We got to continue to get pressure on the quarterback.
Sure, now, offensively, you were able to get something going there, but you failed to convert on 4th down. Next series, you fumble. What do you need to do to turn things around for this team in the second half?
You got to score points when you play Oklahoma State. This is an outstanding offensive football team. 3 points isn't going to get it done. We got to get 7. We had 2 drives there at the end and got no points. So 2 big mistakes, and we got to correct some of that.
All right, thanks, Coach Reese.
Complete domination by the Pokes in the first half. What do you expect to see different from Arizona in the second half, Greg?
I think Arizona's going to come out and they're going to do something defensively that tries to confuse and take out of rhythm Brandon Whedon. He was 28 of 32 in the first half. We saw at the end of the first half where Arizona's defense started moving around a little bit. You can't sit back. I mean, these guys are really good on offense.
The flip side, if you're Arizona, quarterback Nick Foles has started to get into a rhythm. He's completed 11 of his last 12 passes. This game's being dominated by Oklahoma State, but Arizona's only 3 possessions away right now. And if I'm Bill Young, the defensive coordinator at Oklahoma State, I'm trying to fix that, get more pressure on Foles.
Arizona will have it first. Garrick Wharton keeps it in the end zone. Another touchback for Quinn Sharp as we take a look at our coaching adjustments brought to you by Home Depot.
Kind of show you what I'm talking about. Right before the halftime, you saw there were 5 coming from Arizona's front line. They've got to mix and match, and they've got to find a way to force Whedon's feet to move. When they did that in the first half, they had somewhat of a chance. But again, Brandon Whedon just was 28 of 32.
You're Mike Stoops. You just got to tell your 2 cornerbacks, Trevin Wade and Shaquille Richardson, guys, sorry, you're on an island all second half.
A very important possession for Arizona. First 5 minutes in the second half, always important. Nick Foles, who hit 11 of his last 12 passes, making 12 of his last 13. Geno Crump, a walk-on, just put on scholarship, makes the grab. He'll pick up 4 on first down.
Well, we saw last year Nick Foles complete 86% of his passes against Toledo. He lit up Oregon for 448 passing yards. If he gets hot, he's on fire.
Try to do it on the ground. Keola Antolin makes the first man miss. Rashedi Jones hit him first, and Alex Elkins there to finish him off. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
So this young, inexperienced offensive line has had a chance to go a half at least against Oklahoma State's defense. They've seen different looks. They've felt the tempo and the speed. So at some point, Arizona has to have some success running the football.
Right now, no running back in the backfield. Expect some crossing routes.
Chevy Jones almost jumped offside, but he gets back. So plenty of time on the play clock for Foles. Underneath, Nick completes the pass. Making the grab is David Roberts, enough for the first down, and Arizona will avoid a 3-and-out, which at this stage of the game would have been very costly.
And there's a crossing route we see right there, but take a look. Arizona's thrown the football 25 times already, and that's fine with Mike Stoops. He said earlier he's fine with Nick Foles throwing it 50 times a game. He trusts him to make the right decisions on critical downs.
Foles, rare shot up top tonight. Then Buckner, the Texas transfer, knocked it into the air. and Broderick Brown almost caught the rebound. And remember, Brown is the guy against Oklahoma last year who leaped into the air, caught the ball going out of bounds, and batted it back to Sean Lewis. He almost had one batted back to him by Buckner.
Yeah, and Buckner almost came up with this play as well. Remember, Jerron Kreiner, their star wide receiver, is out of this ball game. This gives a chance for some of these other receivers to step up, and I really liked that play right there where they stretched Oklahoma's defense and went and put it ball deep on it.
You just got to make this defense respect your ability to go downtown.
Yeah.
So a great play call by Seth Littrell.
Yep.
Foles fires the out cut. Too high for Geno Crump. 3rd and 10 coming.
This is an offense that this past offseason tried to find more ways to push the football vertically downfield. Last year, they felt they were very top-heavy in the short passing game. They're going to have to dial something up here. 3rd and 10, looking to work the perimeter of the field with these big, wide receivers against the smaller defensive backs.
Only 3 rushing. 8 in coverage. Wilson Newman flushed Nick Foles, and Foles threw it along the sideline, but out of bounds was Richard Morrison as he made the grab. It'll be 4th down and 10 in a punting situation for the Cats.
So as Oklahoma State rushes 3 and dropped 8, the thing I liked about that play there was Foles moved, had his eyes down the field, and that series, they looked like there was more composure there. Not just by Foles, but by everyone.
Probably good news that Foles was moving around too. We saw him grabbing his hamstring a couple of times in the first half. Gigantic showing off a big leg tonight for Arizona. Josh Cooper's waiting just inside his 25. It's a low returnable kick for Cooper. That may draw a flag, and it does. This is going to come back for a block in the back as Cooper stopped at about the 40-yard line. But this is going to come back. A little over-exuberance in the attempt by the Oklahoma State return team.
During the return, block in the back, number 18 of the receiving team, 10-yard penalty. 1st down. Timeout.
Devin Hedgepeth, the cornerback, the one nabbed for the block in the back, but that just gives Brandon Whedon some more room to operate. First and 10. Oklahoma State puts it in play from its own 20. Kai Staley on the reception from Brandon Whedon. Whedon now 29 of 33, and it's probably worth noting in the NCAA record book, record for completion percentage is kept by virtue of the number of passes that you complete. Now Whedon's going to be in that 30 to 40 category. Steve Sarkisian holds it among those completed at least 30 passes. Cliff Kingsbury among those who completed at least 40. And Whedon's incomplete, and he's a little bit behind pace in terms of record right now. He does have a 3rd down coming here.
Really impressed with Brandon Whedon. We've talked about him not forcing the football downfield, but a lot of that comes on offensive coordinator Todd Monken as well, who admitted to us yesterday it's easy to want to dial up bombs when you have this kind of quarterback and all these receivers. He's done a nice job being patient with his play calling as well.
Deep one. Folks stay on the ground. Randall and Nifty move in the backfield, and you'll get the 1st down. Though a flag comes in late on the right side.
On the offense, number 70, 10-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Have Jonathan Rush for the hold, and now Oklahoma State will back up and have to convert to 3rd down with a little bit more ground to cover.
But how about Todd Monken coming to an offense with a quarterback like Whedon and Justin Blackman as his receiver? I like his experience from the National Football League and his disciplines from the National Football League helps him, Jesse, not want to dial up the home run ball every time.
He's patient.
The hold means Pokes need 11 here on 3rd down. Whedon threw it behind Josh Cooper, and Robert Golden had a golden opportunity bounce off his hands.
Now this defense for Arizona should be starting to feel it a little bit. You see Tim Kish, the defensive coordinator, coming out giving high fives. That's now 3 series in a row. Oklahoma State has not scored, been forced to punt or try a field goal. This defense, I think, they've been able to make the adjustments on the fly. A couple curveballs thrown at them early, but they're really settling down.
When Sharp unleashes a boomer, and Morrison goes back inside his 30 to catch it. Dancing around, not going anywhere, and Justin Gilbert wraps him up almost immediately. Arizona could use a score to create a little drama. Foles buys a little time and completes his pass to David Roberts.
David Roberts kept driving hard across the football field. He was wide to the left and kept getting away and coming so that Foles had someone to throw the football to.
Elkins being helped over to the bench. There's not a lot of room here at Boone Pickens Stadium between the sideline and the bench. That's why the delay. Elkins was on the sideline. So 2nd and 5. We'll check on Alex's condition as soon as we can. Antolin powers up across the 35. He needs to get it to the 39. He's going to be a couple of yards short. Christian Littlehead and Caleb Levy on the stop. So Elkins being attended to. Joe Mitchell, sophomore from Katy, Texas, has checked in his spot. You see him at the bottom of your screen, number 29, looking as if he's going to come and pressure Nick Foles. He does not. He bails out. Foles throws quickly and enough for the first down. And making the grab once again is Austin Hill.
If I'm offensive coordinator Seth Luttrell, I'm thinking about picking the tempo back up, getting to that Indy tempo where they line up in the same formation and just run a multitude of plays. They're doing that right now. It's a 2-by-2 set with 4 wide receivers.
Foles wanted to take a shot downfield and Ted tried to squeeze it into David Douglas, and Markel Martin, who took an interception against Foles back for a touchdown in the Alamo Bowl last year, nearly had another one.
You know, you talk about that tempo of the offense. I would venture to say that Bill Young's defense at Oklahoma State, by going against their own offense, you're not going to out-tempo them.
Great cat and mouse game between Bill Young and Seth Luttrell. Both coached together at Kansas for 3 years, and you're seeing that cat and mouse game right now taking place on the field.
2nd and 10 for Luttrell's offense. And a little hook and lateral. Keola Antolin is inside Oklahoma State territory. And looked as if Keola was going to run for a long time. Got a first down, but Markel Martin stopped it from being an even bigger play.
Okay, this is the way you take advantage of a very aggressive defense. They've been flying to the football. You come out with something that is a little razzle-dazzle that's going to help slow down Bill Young's defense.
That's also a type of play that excites your sideline. Here's a defense that watches that. It's a big first down. Guys start getting excited. Now Arizona getting closer to knocking on the door and scoring points.
Touchdown put him back in this game. A little delay on the play fake, and that is a beautifully thrown ball from Foles to Austin Hill, and they're in the red zone. Foles right on the money to Hill. Pick up a 26.
Okay, you see a little razzle-dazzle. Now this defense, particularly in the middle of the field, they were flat-footed, so they didn't get back into the passing lane. The previous play froze the eyes in the middle of Oklahoma State's defense.
Austin Hill so far, just a freshman, has been the guy that's really made up for the lack of production without having John Kreiner on the field.
Well, now a 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 15 of Oklahoma State. On the ground. Nothing doing. Still no running room whatsoever for Arizona, and only 11 rushing yards before that play.
Okay, here's a point on the field. If you're Nick Foles, you get in the huddle and you scream at your offensive lineman to stay down, no false starts. We've had some issues earlier in this game. You repeat the snap count to the guys. You cannot move backwards right now inside the red zone.
2nd down and 10. Foles on the slant. Buckner has it. He spins away. Cannot escape the grasp of Martin.
I think Seth Luttrell's finally getting a feel for what this Oklahoma State defense is doing. You see them putting a little pressure, the play action to the middle of the field. Even though the run hasn't been successful, you had to have the respect there. And Nick Foles has warmed up. He's getting a lot more rhythm and zip to his football.
If I'm Arizona, I'm in 4-down territory mode right now. I'm trying to run the football here. If I don't get it, I'm lining back up again. Hurry up.
3rd and 2. Huge play for Arizona's hopes to get back in the game. A huge couple of them coming. They will run it with Antolin. He's running hard. Keola has the first down, and he's down right on the doorstep. First and goal for the Wildcats.
If you're Arizona right now, why not rush up to the line of scrimmage, snap the ball quickly, and just run the exact same play, trying to catch Oklahoma State off bounds.
Now you saw on the top side of the defense coming really hard from the wide side of the field. They're not playing as disciplined as they were earlier. I would make sure that they stay at home. If not, I do some misdirection counter.
Two in the backfield. Antolin behind Tommy Totogi. Antolin. Pushes close. He's in. Touchdown, Arizona. So Keola Antolin, the 6-yard run to set up the touchdown, was the longest run of the night, and the offensive line getting a little push right on the goal line.
Well, that's fighting adversity right now if you're Arizona. You come out as a defense, you force a punt right away, and this offense marches the football down, gets on the scoreboard.
All about third down. Stop third down, convert third down. That's the key to this football game. Arizona's offense converting third down.
Jaime Salazar on to attempt the extra point, and extra points are not a given for Arizona. Alex and Dejas, well-documented troubles a year ago, but this one is true, and Arizona fighting back. 21-7 now. See if the Cats can get a stop when you come back. For Arizona's touchdown is Justin Gilbert, the speedy one. A little bit of an alley for Justin. He gets close to the 30-yard line before he's knocked down. First and 10. Justin Blackman's had a pretty good show tonight on first down. He carries and picks up the first down, though a flag comes in late.
Reverse to 81, Justin Blackman, flag down.
Personal foul, crackback block, on the offense number 14, 15-yard penalty, first down.
I mean, Justin Horton was called for the crackback block, and this year, you know, they're cracking down, no pun intended, and you can only block below the waist toward the outside, toward the out-of-bounds line. You cannot come back into the middle of the field if you're lined up outside the tackle box and block below the waist.
That's exactly right. Towards the sidelines or down the field.
Right.
And at some point, it's like they're heading in the direction. They're just going to say, hey, no more blocking below the waist.
You're Oklahoma State on offense right now, guys. You got to pick up the sense of urgency. 4 straight possessions without a score, whether it's been Brandon Whedon falling down and tripping or penalties. You know, they got into a lull a little bit, scored 21 points early. Brandon Whedon's got to get these guys excited again, get them picked back up.
They're backed up their 20-yard line, and the first down marker is way up at the 39. Joseph Randall's going to get a hunk of it back on first down as he gets out across the 30.
It's about tempo, and that's what they did. The first 3 scores in this football game by Oklahoma State, they had a real strong tempo.
We are joined now by T. Boone Pickens, whose generosity has really led to the right here, Mr. Pickens. Good to see you. His generosity has led to the resurgence of Oklahoma State football. And Boone, I know you've been in the middle of a lot of these discussions. What do you think the viability is of the Big 12?
Well, I don't want to lose it. I like it. I like it has history and tradition. And when you get old like I am, tradition means a lot. So I can take you back to the Big 6, but I won't. but it's I've been around a long time. I've been in the conference a long time. So I don't want it to go away. And so that's where I am. I'm not sure that that the Aggies are going to the SEC.
Robert Golden, they're breaking up the third down pass. Oklahoma State's going to have to punt it away. And you mentioned Texas A&M. It appeared the SEC had said that they would accept the Aggies as long as there was no litigation pending by the Big 12 or any member of the Big 12. For a while, it appeared that was a formality. Why now do you think that Texas A&M might not go to the SEC?
Well, first, I want to say that Oklahoma State's not going to enter into any litigation.
Okay.
I talked to our president, Burns Hargis.
Quinn Sharp running with it on a fake punt, and Sharp's going to have the first down, getting to Arizona territory, and the Cowboys come up with a huge play to convert on 4th down. Let's take another look at what happened here, Craig.
This is just a good job of Sharp recognizing where the opening is going to be. And Arizona had done their job on 3rd down to get to the 4th down, but they forgot about responsibility and keeping their eye on the punter.
That's an old play of mine.
They executed it well, Boone.
Quinn Sharp, that's a pretty good average, too. 24 yards on 1 carry to go with all the touchbacks and the long punts he provides. And Oklahoma State keeps it on the move, much to the chagrin of Mike Stoops. Boone, let's go back and continue to talk about Oklahoma State particularly. There's been talk that they want to remain tied to Oklahoma and perhaps Texas as well. Whedon's pass complete, another 1st down. No, they're saying incomplete now, saying that the catch was made on the outside by Isaiah Anderson. What do you think is in the best interest of Oklahoma State long-term in terms of conference affiliation?
Well, you always should do what's in your own best interest, whatever it is. And our own best interest, I think we're in agreement here that it's that we hold the conference together. And I don't want to think about the Aggies leaving if we have a chance of keeping. Is that going to happen? I don't know, but it's going to, I think, happen pretty quick. You're going to know pretty quick. And my recommendation to our president was let's don't rush anything, and we don't have to. I mean, Oklahoma State, we've got a great stadium. We've got a great program. Coach Gundy, Coach Holder have done an excellent job here. And, look at this.
A great move by Joseph Randall to pick up the 1st down on 2nd and 10, and Oklahoma State is threatening once again. What impact will what Texas and Oklahoma decide to do in terms of conference affiliation have on you guys?
You say what impact. I don't know for sure what they're going to do. I know that that OU and Oklahoma State are a package. I mean, Oklahoma's not a big state, and to cut your two best assets in the state in half and split, no, that isn't going to happen. We'll stick together. And so that's all it isn't going to hang around. That isn't going to go on and not be understood and known pretty quick. So I think we're going to get the answer coming up, and I think everybody wants to know. But I don't want to go back to next year that we have this one more time that we've got problems within the conference. We've got to get it cleared up and get all the schools equal and go forward from there. And I think that is going to happen, and I think it'll happen in the next few weeks.
Joseph Randall losing about 3 on a 2nd and 4 play. What is it that gives you that optimism?
I don't know. Maybe it's I'm an optimist. I'm a geologist, and geologists drill so many dry holes. They can't. They got to watch out. And so you've got to always think that the next one is the one that you hit on. But seriously, I mean, I think that the conference is no question it's important to us and to the other members.
On 3rd and 7, and Whedon is picked off. Fired it down the middle of the field, and Mark Watley with the interception for Arizona. Whedon throwing his 4th interception of the year, and again, the Wildcats have stopped a scoring threat from Oklahoma State, guys.
See right here, Brandon Whedon staying in the pocket. He wants to work the middle of the field. He's got his receiver just running an in route. The ball gets thrown a little bit behind. This is probably the only time tonight Brandon Whedon has been inaccurate throwing the football, particularly over the middle of the field, and Blackman got tripped up right at the point of attack. Wasn't able to get into his route. All of a sudden now Arizona building up some steam here in the 3rd quarter.
Over 4 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Arizona had a touchdown on its last drive, and now starting from its own 5. Geno Crump making the catch. T. Boone Pickens has joined us here to talk about the future of the Big 12 and the potential of some schools moving to the Pac-12. We thank you for your time, and thank you for this great stadium. What a wonderful facility you guys have here at Oklahoma State.
People have asked me, did I get my money's worth? I got my money's worth plus. So thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
It's a real pleasure. T. Boone Pickens, man for whom the stadium is named here. His generosity has lifted Oklahoma State into contender status. Brandon Whedon's 30 of 39. He just threw his first interception, and Nick Foles has had a productive night, 26 of 35, just under 240 yards.
Second down.
Flag on the play against Arizona. And they had a substitution infraction coming out of a timeout. Mike Stoops making his displeasure known. And look, if Arizona doesn't score again, it might not matter that they just used their second timeout of the half. However, if they get close, that could be a factor. They've used 2 of their 3 timeouts.
We have seen now that Foles, though, he is a lot more confident in throwing in rhythm, and his receivers are starting to go to the ball just like the defense is starting to play.
And another whistle and a false start. Yet another one on Arizona.
False start on the offense. Number 68. At the distance of the goal. Second down.
This football team had 10 penalties last week against Northern Arizona. We talk about the youth. Mickey Bacchus, freshman left tackle. You get down here close to the end zone by that student section, and they're slamming those pokes out right there on the wall. This is the loudest part of the stadium. You got to sit in. This is where you really have to focus if you're Arizona offensively up front.
2 penalties in 2nd and 5 turned into 2nd and 12, and shadow the goalpost is beating down on Nick Foles. Kiowa Antolin gets out of his end zone, but just barely. Stop made by Cooper Bassett, defensive end, former tight end, the junior from Tuttle, Oklahoma.
He's a converted tight end. He's got great feet, quickness to him. They say he's the vocal leader of this defense. Markel Martin might be the leader in terms of hits and plays, but when it comes to vocal leadership, Cooper Bassett making a nice play there.
You're Nick Foles here. You cannot take a sack. You got to be thinking, get this football out quick. A punt's okay to try and recreate field position.
Maybe give the punter just a little bit of room. Foles on a little half roll. It's what he was trying to do, but unable to pull it down was David Douglas, and it'll be 4th and 14. Ball spotted on the 1-yard line, so there won't be a lot of room for Kyle Dugancic to get out.
Mike Stoops, this is where coaches earn their money, because here's a guy who comes out of the locker room, they get some points, they get the defense to come out and start making some plays, Jesse, and then you have the procedures, the delay, false, everything just goes against them.
The issue is you're about to give the football back to Brandon Whedon at midfield, maybe. And Josh Cooper, returning punts, has done a good job getting a lot of that yardage back. These guys got to make sure they go down and cover, because Cooper's been dangerous tonight.
Dugancic, another flag is flying. He got it away. Cooper with a hands catch on the punt. He goes down at the 43-yard line. Well, let's see what the flag's about.
Legal formation on a kicking team. 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. First down.
Those are the type of things that are going to drive a head coach crazy, because it takes no effort just to line up properly. Those are the things. We talk about the penalties. That's now the 8th penalty for Arizona tonight.
Unforced. I mean, this is why you have walkthrough the day before a game. Who's in there? What's up? And your composure. Part of that's the coaches. Part of that's the players. They're equal to blame in not executing the game plan. That's simple, man. Get out there, line up, do your job.
Your head coach, Mike Gundy, for Oklahoma State now. You have to make Arizona pay right now. You've thrown an interception down in the end. That very rarely happens with Brandon Whedon. Great job by the defense to get the football back. There's a point right now you can really put a dagger in Arizona's heart with a score here.
It's a huge momentum shift, too, after getting 5 yards on first down, then going in reverse, and now Oklahoma State starts inside your 40-yard line. Randall inside the 35.
Stoops is furious because Blackman should have been called for holding at the top of the field, right in front of it.
Right now in that last play, Arizona lined up Shaquille Richardson one-on-one, press man-to-man.
I saw that. No safety.
Be careful.
On 2nd and 3, Josh Cooper picks up the first down. There's another flag sitting at the 25-yard line. And a little sloppy here as we get late in the third quarter. Flags starting to fly with a great degree of regularity.
Personal foul. Legal crackback block on the offense, number 87. 15-yard penalty. Second down.
It was Tracy Moore called for the crackback this time.
I want to see Oklahoma State, get into that mindset to try and finish Arizona. Here they are, they're a top 10 team. People want to know, are they good enough to win the Big 12 championship and play in a BCS bowl game? Great teams finish their opponents when they're given the opportunities.
I went down to College Station Sunday night to watch A&M play SMU. They were methodical. They were flawless. They executed the game plan, and this is going to be a real competitor for Oklahoma State, Texas A&M, at least for that number 2 spot, if not the top spot in the conference. They need to come out and execute really hard, jump out 21-0 to keep your mind, keep it minds right.
Whedon trying to come back to Blackman. He'll be about 4 yards short of the first down. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Such a great job by Justin Blackman coming back to the quarterback. It's an excellent route, but that's why Brandon Whedon has confidence in his big play receiver, because he knows he's going to come back and help him complete that ball.
Arizona's defense on 3rd down has been bringing pressure from the outside, and it's been effective on the 3rd down tries for Oak State.
They're showing it now. Corners right up on the receivers. Quick slant to Blackman. He's loose. Inside the 20-yard line, and he'll be dragged down after avoiding one tackle, and Blackman moves the chain.
We'll get that one-on-one again against Shaquille Richardson that they had at the start of this possession. It's just a slant route, and again, showing that big frame, getting in front of the defender, presenting a target, and Craig, there's that explosion with that first step again to get upfield.
But it wouldn't have happened had he not used his big body to shield off Richardson.
9 catches, 110 yards for Blackman. Whedon making 10 catches for Blackman as he gets inside the 10.
Now you've got Whedon once again getting in a rhythm. And who's he going to? Blackman, the best player on his team. Make sure you find him. He had confidence he was coming and waited on it, delivered the ball.
Oklahoma State going back to that 3 running back set, and they're showing you how multiple they can be. Throwing the football, running it, getting outside the pocket. Just run the ball here.
Need about 3.5 for the first down. Going to throw the fade. This scored once. This scored twice. Same play, same defender, same result as in the first half. Touchdown, Oklahoma State.
We're sitting here looking at it just like Brandon Whedon's looking at it. He sees the single coverage up on the outside. There's no way that with the execution that they have, the chemistry they have, that play's not going to be finished off.
Defenses all year long inside the Big 12 are going to have to deal with this 3 running back formation. You want to put 9 guys close to the line of scrimmage, that's what you risk right there. Justin Blackman one-on-one.
Close snap. Holder couldn't quite get it down, and as a result, Sharp couldn't get it through the uprights. So it will be a 20-point lead as Blackman, who has set an FBS record with 14 straight 100-yard receiving games, had his streak of 100-yard receiving games with a touchdown, snapped at 12 last week against Louisiana Lafayette, but now he's got a couple of scores tonight. Thursday night college football. Oklahoma State, Quinn Sharp gets another touchback after missing the extra point. There was a late flag that came in. The penalty was on Geno Crump, who's had a pretty good night on offense, but as a result, after giving up the touchdown, Arizona once again stuck deep in its own territory, this time starting at its own 10-yard line, down 20 points.
Last 2 series, they've opened up with a quick little 5-yard hitch route at the top to the single receiver. It's been effective for them, getting them into good second and manageable.
Half a minute to go here in the third quarter. Arizona needing a scoring drive on this possession. Foles trying to get it. One fell swoop, and he's got a man out there. It's Austin Hill, and he's into Oklahoma State territory. And just like that, the Cats are out of the hole.
Offensive coordinator Seth Luttrell told us that Nick Foles throws as beautiful a deep ball as anyone he's ever been around. On this, just puts it way high up in the air and allows Austin Hill, the 6'3" freshman who's having a big game tonight, in Jerron Kreiner's absence, to go up and high point the football.
The previous 2 first-down throws that were underneath opened up the ball down the field. They were squatting in the secondary.
They picked up 47. Sean Lewis Blitz is picked up nicely. Antolin keeps him off Foles for a moment. With more pressure coming, and Nick just has to throw it away just as he was being buried by Cooper Bassett. We get set to start the final 15 minutes, but Arizona trying to get back in it, looking at a 2nd and 10. Moved into Oklahoma State territory with a big Nick Foles to Austin Hill, 47-yard completion. Now in 2nd and 10. Foles again complete. Broderick Brown there to make the stop quickly on Dan Buckner. He'll be a few yards short of the first down.
That play, Reese, has had to replace the running game, which is non-existent for Arizona. Those little short hitches out on the outside.
I think if you're Oklahoma State here, you got to dial up some pressure. I think they feel the scouting report on Nick Foles. If you hit him, you can rattle him. They're in a 3-down look. See if they bring anybody.
Imagine this is 4-down territory, but they need 6 here. Foles dancing around, applying some pressure, and fires complete very close to the first down marker. Richard Morrison making the catch.
He's not a runner, but Foles has the ability to move and to buy some extra time. The thing that's happening right now, these receivers have stepped up, and they're starting to work for him. You see Foles looking for his receiver, and a nice job of Morrison finding him.
And he did get the first down, so the drive will stay alive. From the Oklahoma State 33. Foles has it deflected. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Well, the pockets always haven't been clean tonight for Nick Foles, and you guys are right. He's doing a nice job buying himself time, trying to get his eye level downfield. You know, again, we talked about this receiving core and guys having to step up in Jerron Kreiner's absence, and you could argue Arizona has the deepest receiving core in the country. They still have 7 other guys that can get it done, and multiple guys have made their presence felt here in this game tonight.
Bunched at the bottom of your screen. Foles fires that way. And they're calling it incomplete. He was looking for Austin Hill again. It'll be 3rd and 10.
I like Austin Hill, the freshman, 6'3". He's not Jerron Kreiner, but he's taking advantage of the opportunity now that Kreiner's not in the ball. Kind of lends to your thought there. I mean, they've got several bodies that are capable.
Well, I think that's the guy right now that Nick Foles feels most comfortable trying to target. He's now lined up at the bottom of the screen. We're getting a shell look and coverage right now from Oklahoma State. I think you can see some pressure here from Bill Young.
Sending 4. Foles gets rid of it and hits the ground. He's looking for Hill. He was not across the first down marker. Devin Hedgepeth was on the coverage. A little pressure coming from Caleb Levy.
You know, I like the fact that Seth Luttrell was just trying to get a little bit back there so that he could have a 4th and manageable. You know, to get knowing and understanding the situation.
4th and 10. Stoops and his freshman receiver, who's had 128 yards on 8 catches tonight, having a little skull session.
As for some stunts and some twists up front by this D-line, try to confuse the inexperienced offensive line.
4th and 10. Huge for Arizona if they want to try to make a run. Foles, now he's across the line of scrimmage. He's got to run it, and he'll turn it over on downs. Cooper Bassett was there, and Oklahoma State makes the stop. So Arizona, another threat, another drive into Oklahoma State territory, comes up empty, and the Pokes are up by 20. On first down, to give to Joseph Randall. He's had over 100 yards rushing tonight. Very productive evening for the sophomore from Wichita, Kansas. 121 yards, averaging a little over 8 yards per carry. Picked up 4 that time.
He's replacing Kendall Hunter, a 2-time All-American. He is a very big part of this offense. Not the same running style because he's a little bit bigger, but he's proven tonight he can still be very effective.
Whedon will take his shot, looking for Blackman, and that's off target. And this time Shaquille Richardson was the closest one to it. 3rd and 6 coming.
I think that's one of those that Todd Monken says, you know, why'd you throw that ball? I know it's Justin Blackman and you got single out there, but Richardson say, look, you're not going to have every play on me tonight. I'm going to stay back. You're not going to beat me with a little pump fake.
Well, now because of the overthrow, now this third down, more unmanageable. A 3rd and 6, 3rd and 7.
Whedon getting some heat. Lofting it to Randall. He's by himself. In a foot race. Randall inside the 10 and knocked down. He couldn't get the score, but Trevin Wade kept him out of the end zone. And Todd Monken with a nifty play. And Oklahoma State's deep in the red zone again.
Todd Monken anticipated cover 0 with nobody deep, and he was able to slide Joseph Randall out one-on-one against the middle linebacker. A nice job of Brandon Whedon buying time. You'll see Monken with the reaction here. That's a great play call. It worked just the way he drew it up.
Cool 63 yards to his running back out of the backfield. Now the other back, Jeremy Smith. Smith spinning and diving and scoring. Touchdown, Cowboys.
That's how a top 10 team responds in the second half. You've gone to sleep a little bit. You had a big lead you came out with, and you come back in the 4th quarter, and Brandon Whedon with composure on the big throw down the middle, his back Randall catching it. The next guy comes in, Jeremy Smith, who they say between tackles is an outstanding runner. That shows you depth and quality depth on a football team.
Brandon Whedon has set an Oklahoma State record tonight with 36 completions. He's 36 out of 46. Quinn Sharp has the extra point. And Oklahoma State well on its way to moving to 2-0 to start the season. The second victory in 3 games against the Wildcats of Arizona. Jeremy Smith with the latest score for the Pokes. Saturday college football on ABC presented by Buffalo Wild Wings. Saban and Paterno, Alabama and Penn State, with all of the talk about uniforms over the last few days, you're not going to have any trouble recognizing those two traditional classic styles, the Crimson Tide and the Nittany Lions. They kick off at 3:30 Eastern Time from State College.
That's a safe assumption.
Those two schools, they're not going to mess with the threads too awfully much, although Penn State's changed theirs. The white trim is gone. It's just all blue now.
I did their last game of the season, Michigan State at Penn State last year. Matt McGloin, their quarterback, I know they're trying to figure out who it's going to be, either he or Rob Bolden, but McGloin was a really impressive player. I look forward to watching that game. It's Jesse, you say it's Alabama's offense got to figure it out.
Yeah, Alabama won this game 24-3 last year, but you put on the tape of Alabama against Kent State, their week 1 win. 4 turnovers, 4 interceptions by the quarterbacks. Did not run the football very effectively. Marquise Mays was targeted basically on every big play. They got some issues right now. Penn State can win that game.
Kadeem Carey, freshman running back, getting his first carry of the night. And from Alabama looking for a playmaker at wide receiver, there is the possibility that Deron Carter, Chris Carter's son, could make his Alabama debut, the former Ohio State wide receiver who was cleared academically late in fall camp, might have an opportunity to play even this weekend against Penn State. Carey has it again. And the freshman whose uncle is Vance Johnson, the former Arizona star, member of the Three Amigos of Denver Broncos fame, and gets it up close to a first down.
And good news, Alex Elkins back in the game. That's great news there. He, along with Caleb Levy, on that tackle. So good for Elkins.
It is. We saw Elkins get rolled up on his leg earlier in the game, and we checked him out for a while. Fortunately, the injury was not severe. Cowboy defense needs his athleticism. Foles fires on 3rd down. Dan Buckner, the Texas transfer, has the catch. Had enough of the first down just in front of Devin Hedgepath.
When we spoke to head coach Mike Stoops last year, he told us the team's biggest issue was they could not put 60 minutes together with great effort playing at a high level. And tonight you've seen a lot of that problem. Not consistent. Didn't play great in the first half. Played great to start the 3rd quarter. Went back for a lull again.
Carey gets across the 35-yard line.
They ended the 10 season in the Alamo Bowl, and they'd lost 5 games in total through that. and they had this mantra that was finish and regain the momentum. They had momentum. What, they got to number 9 in the country at one point.
Those guys remember the Alamo Bowl. Arizona did too, trying to use it for motivation. Hasn't really worked out well. Nick Foles is looking at a 2nd and 8. Foles fires to Buckner. They'll get another first down. And guys, this game is going to be another loss for Arizona. That's going to be 6 straight losses against teams in the Football Bowl subdivision. Their last win against an FBS team was just before Halloween last year when they beat UCLA.
Well, I think the big question right now surrounding Mike Stoops as head coach is, can he bring this program to the next level? He's brought this program and made them relevant again for 2 straight years, 2008, 2009. They have 8 wins.
Foles on first down. He's got a man wide open out there. It's Buckner, and Buckner's going to score. Touchdown, Arizona. 54 yards for the touch.
This is all about the offensive line, giving Foles the time to throw. They're bringing 5 coming from Oklahoma State. They pick up on the outside. We talked about those young freshman tackles. They did their job, which allowed the big play.
They have not been able to just line up and outrun Oklahoma State on the perimeter, but they have found success with double moves. And this is something Jerron Kreiner does very, very well. And Dan Buckner there showing you, for a big 6'4" guy, he's got some wiggle also.
Buckner in a couple of years in Texas was a contributor. He had 49 catches, 6 touchdown catches. Jaime Salazar puts the extra point through. That is his first touchdown as an Arizona Wildcat, and probably a little case of too little too late, but Arizona showing a little quick strike ability. Foles to Buckner, it's 34-14. Justin Gilbert on the return. He's got great speed, and a flag is coming in. It lands at about the 34-yard line. It was thrown from near the midfield area.
During the return, holding, receiving team number 49, 10-yard penalty. First down.
This program, in now Stoops' 8th year, they're ready to take a next step. They need to take it.
Well, keep in mind, too, once you get inside conference play in the Pac-12, crazy things happen in that conference. And I think the uncertainty is there in most of the games, save and except Stanford. I think Stanford's going to be a week in and week out consistent football team. Oregon, they have to find a few missing things, but you know they'll pick it up and get it going. But other than those 2 games, anything could happen. They could win.
2nd down and 6. Smith. Jeremy takes a big hit from Robert Golden, who's applied a few of them tonight.
And guys, I really think Arizona is close to taking that step. 2 years ago, they finished 2nd in the Pac-10. Last year, started the season 7-1. They were 9th in the nation. For years, they had issues with recruiting because they didn't have the facilities needed really to compete with other teams inside their conference. They got a new Jumbotron going up in their stadium now. They got a new $82 million football facility coming up. They're going to have an opportunity to start getting better athletes. I really think, Craig, like you said, they're right on the cusp.
Whedon's pass is complete from Josh Cooper. It'll be enough for a first down. I was talking to Greg Byrne, the athletic director at Arizona, before the game tonight, and they are excited about that football facility. They're going to break ground on it in January, and as Greg put it, it'll give Mike an opportunity to compete for recruits on more of an even playing field. And it's the facility race is something is sort of coming late to the now Pac-12, save Oregon, which obviously has been there, but as the conference grows and expands, as Michael Harrison gets the handoff from the end around and gets close to first down yardage in the first down run. He's 2nd and about 1.
But you understand that the difficulty a coaching staff has. The fans and the alums who are paying for all of these renovations and expansion, they expect results today. And when you are trying to build and put it together, it takes time to get the depth needed to go play on the road against an Oklahoma State. And so it's just, you know, patience has to be there. You have to look at the coach and say, is he doing the things, graduating players? Is he getting prepared to play?
Jeremy Smith ran through a tackle, C.J. Parrish put a hit on him, but he couldn't bring him to the ground. It's a first down for the Pokes.
When you think Oklahoma State football, everyone thinks it's a pass-happy attack, but they're wrong. They can run the football. With Todd Monken now as offensive coordinator, they've taken on more of a two-back personality. They can beat you up a little bit with the football on the ground.
12-yard pickup from Smith. First and 10 from the 39. Right off the shoe tops, Cooper catches him. He gets down to about the 34-yard line. You know, in terms of Arizona being competitive, last year certainly hurt. They were 7-1, ranked 9th in the nation, and go on the 5-game losing streak at the end. They're inexperienced in the offensive line, but the Pac-12 South is wide open for the taking. USC's ineligible. Arizona State certainly has high expectations, but there's an opportunity there in the Pac-12 South this year.
That was my point. It's the Pac-12. Anything's uncertain, except for me, Stanford. I think Stanford and Andrew Luck, they're a really solid football team, but it is there for the taking. They'll leave this game, I think, Jesse. They'll leave this game and they'll say, okay, look, here's what we could have done better in the first half to not have to come from behind at 21-0.
They have to get better at just playing consistently, and it's like what Mike Stoops said. They got to put 60 minutes together, offense, defense, and special teams, something they have not done now for a very long time.
3rd and 5, blitz coming. Boy, Randall did a good job picking it up. Whedon completes his 41st pass of the night. That's a school record. Sworn under by a host of Wildcats to keep him just short of the first down.
And they're playing. That's so important to watch here. You know, you get a good job by the back, Randall coming across, picking up the blitz, protecting Whedon. That's an outstanding play.
You can make an argument for Randall being the MVP tonight.
4th and 1. Jeremy Smith, first down. Inside the 25-yard line, Oklahoma State keeps the clock rolling once they reset the chains and reset the down marker as well.
Remember, this is an offense that has led the Big 12 in rushing from 2006 to 2009. Last year didn't, but they still averaged 5 yards a carry. And watching Jeremy Smith run the football, they have two bona fide guys. Randall's worn them out. Now here comes Smith. He's putting the wood to him.
Applying the wood again is Smith. He's into the red zone across the 20-yard line. Good pickup of about 5 on first down.
And this power running game really has been something that offensive coordinator Todd Monken has been able to tweak. And he was presented with a very big challenge this offseason, coming in, being asked to run someone else's offense without understanding all of the principles and the concepts very, very well. He's tweaked certain things. Now, he met a little bit of, a lot of players wanted to keep things the same last year.
Smith running through tackles. He's got the first down. It'll be 1st and goal for the Cowboys.
That's fresh legs and a guy who's been sitting over there watching the starter have a great game. And when a running back comes in fresh and the defense is tired, you better get low and drop your fanny, or you're not going to tackle a guy like Jeremy Smith. He's 5'10", 205 with a lot of power.
It's an experienced offensive line up front working in unison. They're picking up blocks, allowing these backs to get into the second level.
Well, 1st and goal for Oklahoma State. Quick pass to Blackman. Justin's knocked out of bounds by Shaquille Richardson.
Again, just his understanding of this offense. He said, knows it like the back of his hand. And how about Justin Blackman tonight? Not just the way he's played with the football, but without the football. Running routes hard when he's been clearing the defense out for other receivers, blocking downfield on the perimeter. Complete game from both of those players.
Keep it on the ground. Smith. Right at the goal line, and I don't think they're going to say he stopped just short of it. Bring up 3rd and goal.
You can tell that's called that old saying, smell the goal line. Smith wanted it. Not going to be able to tell where the ball is there.
Oh, yeah.
Short.
Yeah.
Good call.
Excellent.
Nice job by the official.
Well done by the official. Look at you wanting to argue with the official.
No, I'm just trying to support the running back there a little bit.
As well you should.
That was a good call.
The overwhelming majority of the time, the guys in stripes do get it right. All the cameras and the scrutiny they endure. Done a good job here tonight. 3rd and goal. A lot of traffic in the backfield. Smith, we stopped for a short loss. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
You know, Jesse, when you watch this as a coaching staff tomorrow, you're going to be disappointed, but you're seeing they're still trying at Arizona. The defense is still trying to keep them out of the end zone.
How about this right here? Up 34-14, 4th and goal. Instead of kicking the field goal, you try to punch in another touchdown. I played for Steve Spurrier, so I'm going to say, I say you just keep scoring and make them stop it.
I'm of the opinion that kicking the field goal almost is as much running up the score as just scoring the touchdown. You don't need the field goal up by 20 right now, so you might as well work on goal line offense.
Although they have had a couple of snaps tonight on field goal extra points that have not been good.
All right, so Craig James is right. Instead of working on the goal line run, they're going to work on the extra point length snap. Quinn Sharp, in this attempt, a mere 18 yards away. Quinn missed an extra point tonight, but that was only because of a poor snap and hold in Oklahoma State with a 37-14 lead. This one well in hand. It'll be final in 3 minutes and 3 seconds.
He's got his team's attention. He's got their focus. Now they got to get ready to get back on track.
Some suggest he may have gotten their attention too strongly. Has he, you know, the locker room, that's what Brian Kelly has to be concerned with, making sure his players believe in him and respect him and will go and play the game and not think about other things.
Under 3 minutes to go, Arizona has it back. 7-14. Kadeem Carey getting the carry. And you know, Brandon Whedon has had another record-setting night. He set a school record for completions. He's 42 out of 53. Justin Blackmon's had his typical great night, 12 grabs, 128 yards, couple of touchdowns. Those guys can probably win player of the game just about any time the Cowboys play, but Randall gives him that dimension they had with Kendall Hunter last year and gives him a threat on the ground as well.
Continues the tradition that they can run the football here. And Todd Monken's offense, this thing is really on track to again set records offensively. I watched the defense tonight, and I think the defense, Bill Young is such a smart coach. You know, he understands that bend don't break, that your offense is going to score 25, 30 points a game.
Well, Oklahoma State's been one of the best kept secrets now over the last 3 years. This is now their 31st win over that span, 10th most in the nation. People want to know, can they take the next step? 11 wins last year, a share of their first Big 12 South Division title. Can they win the conference? Are they complete enough to compete with the big boys, with the Oklahomas?
Mike Gundy, though, he's just a true CEO. We haven't mentioned his name hardly at all tonight. We've talked about Todd Monken. We've talked about Bill Young. We've talked about Brandon Whedon, Justin Blackmon. But Mike Gundy is the captain of this ship. He has total confidence in his plan. He has so much personal confidence that he doesn't try to get in the way of Todd Monken.
But he embodies Oklahoma State football. 21 of the last 26 years, he's been a player, an assistant, or a head coach. And he's got a formula for success, taking them to 5 straight bowl games, 3 straight 9-win seasons. They're the best kept secret, arguably, in college football.
You know, I think Gundy's been very self-aware. We remember just a couple of years ago, you would see him with virtually no interaction with the defense because he was the offensive coordinator. He was calling plays. Times memorable shots of him on the sideline, drawing up plays and working with the offense. He decided last year that wasn't the way to go. Hired Dana Holgerson for a year before he moved on to West Virginia. Now Todd Monken in, and Mike telling us yesterday is Nick Foles trying to put a little bit more on the scoreboard. And Foles takes a big shot, and Nick is down on the 42-yard line, and he's holding his left knee.
Boy, that was just coming off the left side of the offensive line. And there's a holding call that's going to be on Mickey Baucus, but
well,
that's a terrible deal. It's just a low deal there, and it's
the same knee he injured last year against Washington State and forced him to miss 2 games.
And that one, you know, you don't want to play doctor from here, but it looked as if the ankle really rolled, even though he was grabbing the knee. It's lying on the ground.
He's walking around. That's good.
And holding that hamstring tonight. No Jerron Kreiner. Foles, one of the finest quarterbacks in the country, the senior from Austin, Texas. Threw for over 3,000 yards last year and is well on his way to doing that again this year. Another completion, this time to Crump. Go out of bounds. Foles is approaching the 400-yard mark passing tonight. They just haven't been able to cash in enough of the drives to stay in the game. there on the ground and protect Foles as Carey, the freshman, stopped short of the first down. It'll be 4th down.
Well, you learn a lot about your football team early in the season, and for Arizona, they'll go back and they'll study this film and they'll see where the 3rd downs and how important they are in stopping the opponent and or converting when you've got it. Once they began to move it around and blitz a little bit on 3rd down, they had like 3 or 4 straight series where they got Oklahoma State off the field. So you learn from it. And you have to be a smart football team before you can be a winning football team.
Foles leads it out to David Roberts. Roberts is going to pick up the 1st down. And if Arizona so chooses, they can snap it one more time.
Reese, what are you looking forward to this weekend? Which one of these games?
You know, I think the one that I'm looking forward to the most is Mississippi State and Auburn. Mississippi State going in to take on team of the nation's longest winning streak, a very tough 5-day stretch for the Bulldogs. They have Auburn on the road Saturday. We get them next Thursday night with LSU coming in. That'll be a great one, and if Mississippi State can set it up with a victory, it'll be a huge, huge game in the SEC West and nationally on Thursday night. As the game has come to an end, as you see, Mike Gundy and Mike Stoops known each other for so many years, congratulating each other at midfield on what was a fine night for the offense of Oklahoma State, and the defense wasn't bad either. The final 37-14, the 9th-ranked Cowboys come up.